Well, like many of you, we are in self-isolation, so not doing any traveling. So we're going to do some maintenance in the yard. I got a lot of projects here that I need to do, including cleaning the pool. It's gotten pretty dirty over the winter. As you can see, it's quite a mess. So we got to clean the pool, get it ready for the summer season, and then we're going to build a new shed here and repair that fence. Got a lot of stuff falling down on the fence. One of the gates fell over in the last storm we had. This gate has fallen over. You can see this post completely rotted. So this whole fence is fallen down. You can see all the way along it is pretty bad shape. It is not doing well, so we're gonna have to replace this fence. This old fence has been falling down since we moved in. And from the looks of it, it had problems before that. Several of the stringers are falling off, and someone at some point did some patchwork on it with various boards and things. This looks like either a piece of a tree or a deck board or something. So I am going to build a new fence. In addition, everyone else's fence sits out about 8 feet from where mine is. So I'm going to rebuild it on the same line as the others so that all the tumbleweeds and garbage and stuff stops gathering behind my yard. The fence is 57 feet long with 6 posts, a 1-person access gate, and a large 2-piece double gate that is 12 feet wide. I figure it's probably going to take 2 or 3 days to completely rebuild it. To start with, I need to run a string from one side to the other so I can make a straight line from one fence to the other fence to set the posts. Once I have the line set, then I can measure out how far the first post is going to be from the existing fence post at the end of the neighbor's fence. The posts are going to be 8 feet apart on center, except where the gates are. Clear out the weeds for the post location, double check my measurement, and then I start digging. The ground out here in the field is hard pan clay filled with rocks, so it's almost like digging in concrete. I had to get out the digging iron to break up the clay and rocks, then use the post hole digger just to remove the rubble from the hole. My goal is to get down at least 1.5 feet. Normally, I would go at least 2 feet deep, but this ground is so hard, I think 1.5 feet to 2 feet is good, at least for the regular posts. Once I've gotten the hole dug to the depth I want, I check the alignment of the post, so I use a test piece to fit in the hole and make sure it sits centered on the 8-foot mark and just shy of the string. Then I get back to digging. I have to dig 6 holes for the post. Luckily, it's mild spring weather, but it's still back-breaking work. Jody came out later in the morning and started cleaning up all the weeds and garbage in the area between where the new fence will be and where the old fence was. She also helped me to haul all the lumber out back from the side yard. To set the post, I put a little bit of fence post concrete in the bottom of the hole, then drop the post in and make sure it's plumb. Jody helped me to fill in the hole with fence post concrete and pack it in around the post while I held them plumb. Then I wet the concrete and let it set for a day. All our posts are set, at least 1.5 feet, if not 2 feet. I've got the post for the gate at least 2 feet. I think it ended up being about 2 feet, 2 inches into this hard pan clay. And Jody managed to clean up all the weeds, just about. He's all the way down here to this corner. So today I need to level off the top of these, cut off the excess and put the stringers on, and level my string on the bottom, and put the stringers on down there. And then we can start putting up the fence boards. To find the tops of the posts, I measure 5 feet from the ground in the middle post and set my string to mark the top of the post. Mark all these, cut them, and then I can start putting my top stringers on. I'm going to have the stringers sit on top of the post, of course, except for in between where the gate is going to be, from this post to that post. I'll have a gate, and then also those two posts will also have a gate. So there'll be no stringer between those. That's where these gates will go. I mark the post with my right angle to make sure the line is square. Then I cut through the top of the post with my circular saw at the max depth setting, first on one side, then on the other. So I got the tops all cut off of the posts, you can see, all level and all straight. Now I just got to get the stringers, start putting those on top. My stringers are 8 feet long, so should sit directly on top of the center of the post without the need for any trimming. I crown my first stringer and attach it to the existing fence post, then to the top of my new fence post. I then continue to crown all the top stringers and attach them to the fence posts. Okay, well now that I've got all my top stringers up, see, I can start measuring and cutting my bottom stringers. The bottom stringers will fit in between the posts, so they will need to be trimmed to fit. I pre-drill all the holes for the 3-inch screws that attach the stringers, but when I was pre-drilling my holes for the screws, my drill bit broke. Okay, so now I have all my stringers installed, all the way down to the end. This one I've got my open spots for my gates, there and here. I've got all the top stringers and the bottom stringers, and I'm ready to start putting up fence boards, start making it look like a real fence. So let's get to work on that. Jody and I counted 108 fence boards, so that's going to be a lot of hammering fence boards up, and a lot of 6D nails. Alright, so I've got this section of pickets all up, all the way to here, where we're going to have a single man gate in this spot. For the first gate, I wanted to use the side 2x4s off of the old frame pieces, so I took down the old gate. gathered all of my lumber and measured and cut and assembled the new gate frame. Squaring the frame outline, I mark the new brace, then cut and assemble it. Without any hinges, I just hung the gate frame in place with screws and attached the fence boards to it. This stretch of fence after the first gate will lead to the other large gate, so I space out the fence boards first to make sure the last board will fit flush to the post at the end. Alright, I'm all done. This is the one-man gate, but I don't have any hinges, like I said before, so right now it's just screwed into place. But I got all the boards attached to it. It would normally swing inward, so it'll stop on that board right there and then hinge on that post. But I don't have any hinges, but I did finish this whole section. And like I said before, I was spacing out the boards to make sure they fit right, and they actually fit perfectly. So this last board ended up right on the post. I didn't have to do any spacing. And now all I gotta do is take that gate that I already rebuilt a while back, take it off of there and move it to this post. So have some lunch and then I'll do that. And then I can rebuild this gate and put it here and then finish off the boards. I think I might be a few boards short, a few pickets short, because I needed one more that I had counted on to do that section. I might have to cannibalize a board or two off the old fence. Gate turned out to be a little more work than I had counted on, since I decided to replace the fence board that the hinges were mounted to. This meant I had to move a bunch of the fence boards on the gate. I also wanted to move the wheel that supports the bottom, to the other side of the gate. So I added a piece of 4x4 to the base and mounted the wheel. I did the same to the other gate, which I had already rebuilt. Then I added a latch, and the project was complete.
So that's it, all done. 57 feet of brand new fence. Hopefully this one will last a while. Won't come down in the next storm. I got the gates all done, hinges up, got the wheels on the gates. I still have to put the hinges. I have to get hinges and a latch for the one-person gate, but that's not a priority. I don't even know if I'll do it. But it's all done. Thanks for watching. And make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell so you get notifications when more videos like this come out. Right now it's time for a break.
This is the reason I built the stock tank pool. Check out the video for how I installed that on my channel. Looks like the boss says break time's over. See you next time on the next project.